Okay, so the reason why it previously was not giving me what I wanted is because I was not adding the HTML. So the server was looking for, because my request was just localhost / index. Hence, it was giving me sorry file not found, because there is no file like that in my routes. So I was forgetting the .html. All right, I was a bit worried there. So basically, what was happening, I was sending a request through the port, but then / index without the .html. So basically, what it was doing then was it was picking up the error. So when it picked up the error, so as you can see, the statement, if it was, because it was picking up the error, it was writing file not found. But then the moment I added the HTML, it, it picked up the data, and then it returned sorry, the data, which is uh, welcome. Time is it? I've got load shedding in 15 minutes. So just quickly want to. The application's assets are the images, style sheets, and JavaScripts that work alongside your views. So on the client side, like your HTML files, these type files such as JPEG and CSS need their own routes to be served by application. To start this process, create a public folder at your project's root directory, remove all your assets there. Within the public folder, create a folder each for images, CSS, and JS, and move each asset into its respective folder. By this point, your file structure should look like figure 6.3. So the folders we created. A server with specific route for each file in your project. So we create custom to treat file object. So this will checks the extensions. So we created one for JavaScript, we created one for CSS, and we created one for PNG. Okay. So with the custom directory file, we it's the file path, which is basically our request, and then a response. So if the file path with the custom directory with the file path, if it exists, for example, if there's a .js in the file path, or there's a .png, it will pick up the data it will pick up the data and write the data. If there's no such one, it will pick up the error and it will console log the error. The error message. Okay. Let me just quickly read a bit of all this. As the main players file code, your filter all the code you've written gets more complicated. You can easily find yourself with 100 line of code. To elevate this, propose your routes into a new file called router.js. Also restructure the way you store and handle your routes. Add the code in listings is perfect to router.js in the source code available. In this file, you define a routes object to store routes map to post and get requests. As routes are created in your main.js, they'll be added to this routes object according to their method type get.post. This object doesn't need to be accessed outside the file. Okay, just wanna see something. So with this function exports.handle, it processes the callback functions. Hold up, someone knocking on the door. Alright. So with the try if so the with routes request.method, so it will check if the method is a get or post and then request the URL, and then here it requests the method request the URL, and then this is the request and response. So yes, the method is good. It will check whether it's a get or it's a post. So if it's a get, it will save it under get in the get object, and then if it's a post, it will save them in the post method. So here it will be getting, because we only have /info, so it will only get the /info, save it there. So there will be a request through the port with /info, so it will request that, and then so it will check, okay, request port, and then it will request where the request method will be get, and then request the URL which would be the / index or info, if I'm not mistaken. So here the action is going to be the callback function basically. So it will get the URL, which is basically, I'll just say the request, maybe I'm wrong, and then if it picks it up, it will do the callback function, which is the callback function. So if it doesn't find it, it will